Welcome to this video. Thank you so much for clicking. I finally got a chance to sit down and record this video, so let's just try to get through it because there's a lot of information here and I don't want this video to be too long. I want to get to the point so that it's understandable and I don't lose you in too much information. So this video is covering the 3 stages of developing a phantom pregnancy or developing pseudocyesis. This can also involve the development of a pregnancy delusion. So the first stage is the general feeling of non-specific apprehension. And apprehension is an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, whether it's real or imagined. It still is very influential. So either fear in your day-to-day life, dealing with life, relationships, work, even triggers from the past traumas, or even current new traumas or current events such as, shootings or, things that make you scared. All of these things, dealing with these things, can create the following disorders. You can start to develop the following disorders, such as anxiety, PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, separation anxiety disorder, like leaving your house, not wanting to separate from your children, not wanting to separate from your family, and dealing with these following disorders can make you more susceptible to developing feelings of apprehension and or fear. So, you watch the news and you see things on the news and they make you scared, or something happens in your life that brings back memories of a past trauma. There's so many situations that can induce fear in your day-to-day life and dealing with life. Almost getting in an accident when you're driving. The general apprehension during the first stage may follow the loss of a child, a loss of status, loss of a love relationship, a life-threatening event, and or a triggered past trauma. So in my case, let me just quickly, me and my family were in a rollover accident, which was very traumatic for me. And so pretty much, I think it's exactly 26 days later, I started to kind of have, I guess if I think back on it now, I was having feelings of apprehension, fear of losing my family. I almost lost my son. What if something would have really happened? Like, what something really terrible? So yeah. Second stage, if you are more interested in my personal story, I do share it in other videos. But if you want to comment, I will definitely go into what happened to me if you're interested. So the second stage of developing a phantom pregnancy or forming the delusion of pregnancy is a sensory perception. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. So the woman's interpretation to perceived senses or symptoms. So this is all based upon what the woman knows, what the woman thinks is happening, her individual feelings, what the woman is feeling, how she's feeling. This is all based upon what she's physically sensing in her body, what she's physically experiencing, what she's perceiving to experience, what she the symptoms that she's experiencing, whether they be symptoms that she's experienced many, 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 many times before, or symptoms that she is newly experiencing, symptoms that she has never experienced. So this is all based upon her sensory perception, what she perceives in her senses, what she perceives to be happening to her, what she perceives to be feeling in her physical body every day, whether it be continuous symptoms or new developing symptoms. So these perceived symptoms and senses can be weight gain, vaginal spotting, abdominal movement, frequency of urination, bloating, headache, back pain, lower back pain, hip pain, vaginal pain, any kind of vaginal discharge, all of these things. So this person may have experienced these same exact symptoms before, such as bloating. I mean, that's a symptom that many, many women have experienced many, many times before. And but for some reason this time around, as the person is searching for what these symptoms and what the person is sensing, what it all means when they're searching for this, it suddenly acquires extraordinary significance. So the third stage, this comes pretty much immediately after the second stage, and this is where meaning is attached to an otherwise neutral sensation. Let's say bloating. Let's say bloating is the sensation that you're experiencing. A symptom or symptoms this person has felt many, many times before, because many people have experienced bloating for many different reasons. This symptom or symptoms are of such importance or urgency. For some reason, you can't let go of why you're bloated. You keep wondering, why am I bloated? Why am I bloated? Why am I bloated? That all of a sudden this message seems to come out of the blue. That, I must be pregnant. That's why I'm bloated. So it feels convincingly true, because in one fell swoop, it resolves the different dilemmas, all of it. All of the questions, all of the confusion, all of the wondering, it solves it, with which the woman has been struggling. So she's been wondering, why am I bloated? Why am I experiencing all of these different symptoms? I must be pregnant. And it feels so true, because it resolves the conflict. It resolves the problem. So then how a person then deals with this independently discovered information, because again, this is the woman deciding that she's pregnant. Nobody's telling her, usually. Sometimes they are telling her, but it's still independently found, because the people who are telling her, even if they're telling her online, they're not actually performing any physical examination on her. She's the one that's doing it herself. Hold on. Okay. She's the one that's recording her symptoms, feeling her body, checking for a heartbeat if she has a fetal Doppler. She's the one that's making all of the, let's say, she's performing all of the tests that you can do at home, like pushing on your belly, checking to see if your belly is growing, measuring your belly. What else? What else can you do? What else are you doing when you're trying to figure out if you could be pregnant? You're recording all your symptoms. You're wondering if, your breasts are getting tender. You are, recording whether or not you have frequency of urination, all of these things. So she's the one that's doing this. Nobody's doing it for her. She's doing it. So how she deals with this independently discovered information depends on personal factors, such as her overall health and her history, her education level, her reasoning ability, her cognitive biases, her situational factors, such as family, social economics, culture, and religion. All of these such factors may serve to dispel the delusion for want of evidence. So she may decide that she's not pregnant because, she's not testing positive on a pregnancy test, or she went into the doctor and the doctor didn't find anything on ultrasound, or She may just decide that she's not pregnant because after so many weeks, her belly just didn't grow. So she, you know, depending on all of these personal factors, she may just decide, oh, I'm not pregnant. I thought I was for a little while, but I'm not. And, or these personal factors may serve to reinforce the delusion or the development of the condition by recalling traditional beliefs or even fictional accounts. So a woman might decide that she's not going to use any information that the doctor tells her or any of the information that a midwife might tell her, that she's just going to decide to trust, you know, traditional beliefs. She's just going to decide to trust fictional accounts of women or even just personal accounts. They might not even be fictional. They might be real accounts of real, you know, real experiences, but she's just going to decide to believe these things. So it really depends on how long the phantom pregnancy will last, depending on how long she decides to hold on to these traditional beliefs and fictional accounts or personal accounts. And if the woman actually decides to go to find evidence that she actually is pregnant, meaning she goes in for tests, she goes in for ultrasound, she gets an x-ray, a CT scan. There are many different things that a woman can do. Hold on. Okay, I had to go in and play referee for my boys. I think they figured it out. So yeah, so there's many different ways that a woman can investigate her own pregnancy and work with doctors and basically request certain tests so that the woman can get the answers that she deserves, so that she can know whether or not she actually is pregnant, so she can take precautionary measures so that she can decide for herself what she's going to do, and she doesn't have to live in, you know, this limbo, darkness, scary world that sometimes cryptic pregnancy presents. So if you have any questions about the development of phantom pregnancy or pseudocyesis, if you have any questions about my personal situation, my experience, yeah, please leave them in the comments below. I am more than happy to answer any and all questions. As far as I know, I'm one of the only people who is talking about this, so, you know, I would love for other women to share their experiences with me. Share your experience with me. Leave me a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Be happy, stay blessed. Bye.